See, this is exactly my point, and this is not the first time this brazening is happening, and this is my response to Mr. Abid Rasool Khan, a dear friend, and I would love to argue with him on issues of corruption and governance, whether it's Karnataka or Delhi or any other state by state, and give me whatever time and
No, don't. The time is here. The opportunity is now. I don't know why both of you are inviting each other. The issue is now. Let's discuss. I say let's discuss Railgate now. No, let's discuss Railgate now.
I am discussing right now.
Yes.
I am discussing right now, and that is the point I'm making. Now, there was a perception about Yediyurappa being created for right or for wrong. We removed him, and we removed him as a chief minister. Compare it with the present situation. When CBI director has indicted the PMO, has indicted the coal ministry, has indicted the law ministry, the three remain where they are. Supreme Court has made comments which are unheard of about any government, and they are going to give me a lecture on governance. Now, whether we lose or we win, knowing very well the popularity of Yediyurappa, we took a chance on issue of corruption and removed him. Tell me which Congress CM was removed or which minister was removed, because they have conducted their businesses in this fashion.
They have not been elected anywhere, so why should we remove them?
Why should we remove them?
That is the problem, because you control the CBI. And CBI and the
CBI you are trying to take advantage to the same CBI. You say we control and the same CBI is there acting against anybody who is in corruption.
When it's a war of perception.
Very weak statement on your part.
Mr. Khan, when it's a war of perception, have
Meenakshi ji, your party, you should appreciate, your party is the only party in the country where two presidents have been removed for corruption. That is the only party in the country today which has the distinction of two presidents being removed. Your party has the only party which has a distinction where your chief minister is denied visa to US. Your chief minister has cases against him in US. Yeah, your party is the only party where you have a defense minister selling coffins. So please do not go into all that. Today the people have seen through your boycott attitude, your boycott strategy, and started calling you a boycott party of India.
Allegation against BJP chooses to remove. And we suffer because of that. Whereas
there is an allegation, there is criminal cases against your parliamentary party members. There are criminal cases against General Secretary.
So what are you saying? One second. What are you saying? What about Mr. Abid Rasool? Mr. Abid Rasool. Mr. Rasool, can I come in, please? Mr. Rasool, please hear me. One second. Mr. Rasool, what are you saying?
Sure.
1 second, please. The whole country is asking one question. That in your government, you have a person who is paying 2 crores to become member staff.
As an installment.
He's paying in installments. You have a system in which a corrupt person, a corrupt bureaucrat pays installments. He pays EMIs to get a position which is almost as big. I mean, it has the ex-officio status of the Secretary of the Government of India. And the person then becomes in reckoning to become Rail Board Chairman, by which you have almost got Minister of State rank. And you're in a situation where 10 crore rupees is being offered. 1 minute, to a minister's nephew. 10 crore rupees being offered to a minister's nephew to sell the position, which is one of the most important positions in the Indian Railways. You tell me one thing, Mr. Abid Rasool. How will you justify it? It's all right to justify it by one second. Beyond saying, listen to me, sir. Beyond saying that the BJP has also been corrupt, which is fine. I'll ask the question to the BJP. I'm asking you, how will you explain it to the people of India that this is normal?
They don't need to explain. That is the trouble. They brazen it.
No, let me answer. Arnab, in the instance where you're talking, the CBI, which Meenakshi ji and others say that is a part of the party and we control it, the same CBI has taken action against an officer who has tried to do something wrong. Now, prima facie, he has been arrested. Prima facie has been removed from the post immediately after the action. And if he is found guilty, he will be put to punishment by the court. So now basically...
So, Mr. Rasool, you
We have
take
taken
action
prime-
against an
Not been
official, but
arrested.
if the finger
Yes.
is pointing
CBI
towards a
even
minister,
today is
you
controlled
decide
by
to
the
brazen it
government.
out. What kind of justice is that?
No, there is
Okay.
there is no question of braising it out, or there is no question of protecting anybody. It is a matter where we have to hold an inquiry.
Okay, what's
And our party is taking cognizance of the same.
let's get a couple of other voices. Rajiv Gowda, brazening it out. Will it work? Is it a good strategy?
Rajiv.
See, first of all, I'd like to get back to what Meenakshi was talking about, the battle of perceptions and things like that. Karnataka, the BJP is corrupt from head to toe. It doesn't matter whether Yediyurappa, the reason he had to go was because he was indicted by the Lokayukta. He was put in jail for 23 days. There are enough, party president Ishwarappa was found with a cash counting machine when he was raided. There are enough ministers who are out on bail, who are got FIRs against them. One of the Reddy brothers is a BJP candidate. So the party is steeped with corruption. Whether Yediyurappa comes back and has a love fest with the old BJP, it's not going to change anything.
No, I think-
and essentially, Karnataka has voted, and rejected the BJP.
Mr. Mohandas
So
Pai,
what,
Mr. Mohandas
Meenakshi
Pai
Lekhi
on
is doing
brazening
here
it out.
is trying to brazen it
Pai,
out.
Mr. Mohandas Pai
Pai,
first.
Mr. Pai, do you know the number of ministers? Arna, please allow me one line. Mr. Mohandas Pai.
No, that's Rajiv Gowda, not Mohandas Pai.
Ministers who, okay, I'm sorry. Mr. Gowda, Gowda Saab should know better about his own party, where Dharam Singh was involved. And money taken, lease given, that kind of evidence exists in the Lokayukta report. That's one part.
No, I find a very dangerous trend.
Six
No,
ministers are being investigated by CBI, and yet nobody is reporting.
No, I find a very dangerous trend because, if
And
they
they
are
are
going
still
to,
the ministers.
if what I'm seeing here, Meenakshi, please don't mind, all political parties seems to have decided right now, we'll keep pointing the finger at the other direction, we'll brazen it out. So, I know Meenakshi talks about perception.
I'm sorry, you can't say this about BJP.
Well, okay, fine.
Even if
You,
it was a
despite your
battle
being,
of perception, we removed.
Mohandas Pai,
and we
Mohandas
knew the
Pai.
loss we are going to suffer.
Mohandas
because of
Pai.
this Yediyurappa, we still removed.
Mohandas
It's
Pai.
contrary. JMM, nuclear deal. You think of anything. Congress is involved.
Mohandas Pai, Mohandas
and they
Pai.
brazen it out. Whether you think of buffers.
Mohandas
67
Pai.
crore was tracked after all.
Mohandas Pai.
Anab, don't you feel sorry for the people of this country that you have the two major political powers, political parties pointing fingers at each other, decide who is more corrupt? Not who is not corrupt, but who is more corrupt. Everybody has got scams in both the parties, and both the parties are brazening it out. I mean, it's so sad for this country, so sad for the future of this country. Here are two people saying, you are more corrupt than me, I am more corrupt than you. You had a coffin gate and you had a railway gate. I mean, Anna, what is happening to this poor country?
Coffin gate never happened, Mr. Pai.
And
By
look
the
at my
way,
state
for
of
9
Karnataka,
years,
Anna. Look at my state
nobody
of
indicted.
Karnataka.
And that is the scam.
Annab, look at my... Nobody has been indicted for corruption in
Who
this
got
country,
indicted
barring a
in
few,
Coffin
madam.
Gate,
I understand
which you keep
that.
speaking all the
Law
time?
doesn't work. There's no justice in this
No,
country.
Mr.
No,
Mohandas
you
Pai
cannot-
raises a very
you
valid
cannot
question.
throw your
You
opinion
raise a
at
very
you.
valid question.
Please,
You.
I have a question. Give me the name of person who got indicted in Coffin Gate. And what was Coffin Gate about? Tell me that. You keep taking opinion on wrong facts.
Meenakshi, nobody
One
got
second.
indicted in Coffin
Meenakshi.
Gate. It's about George Fernandez is supposed to have bought something.
What happened
Meenakshi,
to
but that is not the point. The point
you keep
is
speaking
scam
about
after
George,
scam
but
after
did you
scam.
indict
Whether
him?
BJP,
Meenakshi, can I please-
UPA,
What was
all of them are having
FIR
scams.
number?
Meenakshi, 1 minute. Meenakshi and Mohandas Pai. You see, let's go into contemporary issues. I want to discuss Railgate.
VVIP.
I want to discuss Railgate, and by the way, Meenakshi, after having gone on and on about perception, then you are arguing like a lawyer with Mohandas Pai on Coffin Gate. If you are talking perception, then talk perception on that also. 1 minute, one minute. By the way, the viewer wants to talk about Railgate. The viewer wants to talk about Railgate.
Which never happened.
To my panelists in Delhi, in our studio here, 1 minute. I'm coming back to panelists in our studio here. Aarti Jairath, first of all. 1 second. This brazening it out comes at a cost. The cost will be that you have, for example, the food security bill. You have the land acquisition bill. So the Congress party, if it brazens it out, is basically putting the future of this important legislation on the altar. There has to be a rationale for it.
And what we're hearing is that they're going to cut short this session also, which means that the number of working hours is going to be much less.
But it's taking a risk, Karthi.
So of course it is taking a risk. But then, as we've seen what's happening, and I think Mohandas Pai made a very valid point, that, why are they pointing fingers at each other and saying who's more corrupt?
No,
should be talking about honesty, not corruption.
Mr. Ajay Bose.
The main problem here is that the Congress is developing this attitude that you've crossed the pain barrier. The pain barrier.
Pain barrier.
Yeah, so, it really doesn't matter. Any more allegations, any more scams, it doesn't matter anymore. We will bluster through.
Some people will tell them that when voting happens on a day when the whole country is talking for 2-3 days on Railgate and Colgate, and you still get 115 to 130 seats. They will go and they'll tell the party leadership, why do you bother so much about what's being discussed in the media?
Yeah, exactly. And what they will say is that this Karnataka Polls victory just is some kind of vindication for the corruption they're doing at the center. That is the danger.
You think so?
Of the Congress taking the message of the Karnataka polls.
Message of Karnataka.
Message of Karnataka.
4 months back, when we started publishing the pre-poll surveys for various media outlets, our first projection was about 145 seats for the Congress.
Yeah.
In our exit poll, it is 110 plus something. 4 months of all these gates, so much for the impact.
So you are saying it has had an impact?
Yes, I'm just giving you the absolute numbers. What the gates have cost to the Congress. What the gates have cost. 11 points down BJP, Congress gains only 1 point.
Yeah.
That's the down for the Congress. And in our State of the Nation survey on this channel, in this program,
we did that.
That day also I had said, don't confuse Karnataka with the national numbers.
No, I understand that, but I'm looking at the national picture. Rashid Kidwai is sitting there. May I just go to him? Anyway, he's lonely in our Delhi studios. Rashid, great to see you. First of all, thanks for joining our panel. My question is, brazening it out. Brazening it out as a strategy can also have the consequence that your allies will tell you that, look here, when it came to Mr. A. Raja, as the BJP pointed out today, you sacked him. Dayanidhi Maran was also seen to be a Prime Minister's favourite, but you sacked him. But how come your Congress leaders from Punjab have a different logic applied to them? Rashid, what about accountability? Is accountability different for Congress leaders?
Arnab, first of all, if you see Mr. case of Mr. A. Raja or others, there is always a time period. First, see, even at this point of time, Congress party is very clearly trying to establish money trail. Did it reach to the railway minister? If it has, then there is a watertight case. Minister will have to go. If it has not, see, public perception is different.
Money trail.
If you ask me, morality demanded that Mr. Bansal should have gone on day one. But you look at who started mandate theory. Mandate theory was started by Chaudhry Charan Singh when first, non-Congress government came in 1977. And then 1980, Mr. Gyani Zail Singh becomes Home Minister, and first thing he does is he sacks all, non-Congress governments. So this mandate theory has been established by Chaudhry Charan Singh and Gyani Zail Singh. And we are following that. Entire political culture is following that. That once a mandate comes, we think it glosses over all acts of corruption or wrongs. And there should be a debate on that.
No, I'm very sorry. Rashid, you are far more experienced than I am. But, you go by the rule book. The appointments of the chairperson of the board, the members and general managers of the railways are handled directly by the railway minister, and hence P.K. Bansal having appointed him. It's not an offer of an appointment. Having appointed him cannot disengage from this controversy.
And secondly, you're talking about a money trail. You're talking about a money trail. The money trail has landed at his nephew's doorstep. The nephew is the political aid of the minister.
There's no money trail proven.
The nephew has got the money. That's why he's under arrest.
Ajay Bose.
Why should anybody bribe this man if he is not in a position to make this appointment?
No, what if he says, I'm very sorry, trying to be devil's advocate and put myself in the very remarkably slippery shoes of Mr. P.K. Bansal. If he says, what do I do? Is it my fault that I have a terrible nephew?
But the nephew can only operate through him.
No, but
the nephew is his political aid. He looks after his constituency business. It's proven that their sons actually do
exactly
business
what
together.
Shahriar
They
said for Mr. Bansal, that it's not, this guy is clean. What can he do if he has a
Arnav, it is
terrible
an
nephew?
open and shut case.
One second. Two bits of breaking news that we have here this evening. Very newsy evening. One is, I've just got a statement. Shri Manish Tiwari, Information and Broadcasting Minister, will be making an official statement at the residence at Lodi Gardens shortly. That's statement number one. Navika had breaking news about the meeting this evening happening at 11
p.m. 11 p.m. is when there is an emergency meeting of the Congress MPs and spokespersons. Manish Tiwari clearly likely to give the information of this meeting and the fact that they will take on very, very belligerently the opposition, which has been making charges, and the Congress party clearly seems to have made up its mind to brazen it out.
Well, I think someone who wants to brazen out on this issue with Rashid Kidwai is very sympathetic position towards Mr. P.K. Bansal is Hartosh Singhbal. Mr. Hartosh, would you like to brazen it out with Rashid Kidwai?
Quite clearly, you take any kind of evidence